Well, a very warm welcome to another vlog. This time around, I'm in Glendalough and I was standing in this very spot this day last week. The colours were autumnal. We had the last leaves on the tree behind me here. It was misty and the browns and warm tones of autumn were very evident in the landscape. What a difference a week makes. The sky is blue, we have cool tones, ice and snow on the upper hills. And at the end of the vlog last week, I came across a beautiful birch tree and the tree really struck a chord with me and I'm going to return to it today. So let's switch back to last week in this very spot, and at the end of the video, we'll return to today, a little bit of time travel. Fog was forecast this morning, so I was tempted to come down and photograph the last of the autumn leaves. Well, when I arrived, there was no fog to be seen, either in the valley or up above. And now I'm up above. And I've learned a lesson already, which is what this photography game is all about. I arrived up and the view behind me was clear. The mountains were distinct. The waterfall at the end of the valley was distinct. And I took my time and the fog moved in. So I'm getting what I want for woodland photography, but I'm denied what I need for this photograph behind me. But nonetheless, there's a beautiful atmosphere behind, and I may just wait a little while and see if the fog passes. And it may pass into the oak woodland that I'm walking towards at the moment. So I'm hoping that today's vlog will be about small, old, gnarly oak trees and moss and fog. So the fog's definitely on its way. And I think I know where the oak trees are. Looking through the larch, lovely colour in the larch at this time of year. I noticed this beautiful specimen. I think it's dead or close to dead. There's no leaves anywhere on it. No. Lovely little bit of moss here and there, but it has character. A bird of prey flew off it. So again, that draws you in. And I've walked around the tree and I'm trying to find an angle where we may be able to make a photograph. So this is the composition that I've decided upon after walking around a little bit more. And the time that I've spent in the presence of this tree has just been a pleasure. And particularly in this day and age, it's very important for ourselves as human beings to spend time in nature, and it enriches us. And whether we're taking a pencil sketch or painting or taking a photograph of nature, it's a humbling and special occasion when we do so, and we're absorbed in it and time slips by. Now the image, I've taken a few options here. I've focused on the snaking little branch there and ensured that it was clear of the rest of the tree, so it's not obstructed in the background. I've focused again at f8 on the trunk and one more focused image on the oaks in the background there. And that gives me options in post-processing. So let's move on to the next location and see what else this wood can offer up to us. Well, moving between the oak and the birch and the larch, I couldn't find a composition. I tried, I set the camera up a number of times. I looked and I didn't even press that shutter. So it's mid-afternoon now and I'm tempted to go back to where I vlogged first with the expansive view of Glendalough Valley and the lake. The mist is everywhere except where I am. I look all around the valley, it's covered in mist. It's just one of those days. So let's march on, because often is the case when things aren't looking good that around the corner an epic composition will present itself to me. Fingers crossed. Well, I'm going to have to offer you an apology as I interrupt this woodland photography vlog with a landscape image, but I just couldn't resist. And the mist is at the far end of the valley there. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take out the 100 to 400. I'm going to take abstracts of the distant hills either side of the valley there. Some with Scots pines, some just, you know, light and shade and contours of the mountains. It's typical when you go looking for one thing, a tree, and you come across a landscape. And then when I came down to take this landscape behind me, I noticed a couple of beautiful birch trees up above here. It would actually be nice to get those birch trees in the foreground with the valley behind. Well, I did indeed find the most beautiful birch tree. I've never seen it before. I've never actually seen an image from this perspective of Glendalough. I'm sure they've been taken. But another panorama, I think, shows that tree off to best advantage. The light's almost gone now. And the tree was fading into the hills behind until fog came down behind it and separated it from the mountain. So I'm delighted, absolutely delighted with that image. And there are a number of other birch trees here, more open hillsides with vistas behind, which I don't really consider in woodland photography. But it's a place I may come back to and explore a little further. It's not a very large spot, but I best make my way up this hill. It's getting dark and there's no pathway. I know if I keep going up, I'll hit a path, and then it's a good walk down into Glendalough. We are back in the present now. You see how beautiful the tree is. Sometimes when you have a memory or even a photograph of a place or a tree in this instance, the mind tends to make it more than it is. But I know now this is a very special tree positioned above the valley here in Glendalough, but it needs light. And I've been watching the sun. It's behind some thick fir trees at the moment. There's cloud as well. And I'm just hoping and praying that the sun will illuminate the tree, because this tree, you'll see how dark it is, behind me. We've got the light in the background. It's actually fading now. So I'm going to wait and hope that some light hits the tree. If not, I'm going to practice my composition and come back here maybe at a better time. But it would be lovely, given there's snow on the ground, there's snow in the distant hills, to take home an image that I'm happy with. So I've been working the scene here with regards to placing the tree on the left or on the right of a standard 2x3 composition. I will return to the little spot on high to retake the panorama that I took last week. But I'm just going to spend some time in the area, and there's other birch trees over on this side and below me as well. So let's see how the afternoon plays out. Well, I've walked around a little bit, and this is the best composition that I can find at this time. But that tree is dissolved into the mountain behind it. The sun is catching some of the droplets on the branches. You might be able to see that in the video, but I need a lot more light on the tree. I know the mountain behind will stay in shade, but if that tree is illuminated, we may have a good shot to take home.